Guess who's going to be filing for divorce after saving hundreds of couples from ending their marriages? None other than America's beloved talk show host, Steve Harvey. What's more shocking is that the very bodyguard his soon-to-be ex-wife Marjorie was caught red-handed cheating with is exposing the details of this horrible affair through a shady post. Will this cheating rumor finally find some ground considering that the dude involved is himself dropping suspicious hints on the internet? Let's find out. Steve Harvey has built his entire career on giving people relationship advice and saving them from going down the divorce route, but the fact that his own marriage is taking a hit for the dumps definitely isn't going to sit right with the masses. Not only will Steve lose the woman he calls his greatest asset as a result of these conspiracy theories, but he will also be bidding farewell to his career as scandals like this one take their sweet time before getting buried underneath the mud. Steve and Marjorie would have continued to portray themselves as the perfect Hollywood couple out there had Marjorie not been caught lurking in the shadows with none other than Steve's trusted bodyguard and best friend, William Big Boom Freeman. At first, the whole thing looked like a typical centuries-old infidelity scandal, but it wasn't until rumors about potential blackmail threats started circulating that fans started noticing the real shadiness of it all. Apparently, Freeman had access to some of Marjorie's questionable pictures, and he was demanding a big chunk of Steve's savings to keep these pictures away from the public eye. Who knew that the man protecting Steve from potentially hazardous bystanders would end up stabbing him in the back? But that's not the end of it. Freeman allegedly threatened Steve to expose the scandal and tarnish his reputation as a relationship guru if he didn't comply with his demands. Judging from Big Boom's old Facebook post about the pain of heartbreak and divorce, it seems like this dude might just be up to something horrible. But let us not forget that Freeman isn't the only one responsible for Steve and Marjorie's relationship running amok. Marjorie Harvey herself is equally involved. For that, we have to dig a little deeper into her past relationships, both of which ended with her filing for divorce after her partners were sentenced to life in prison for being involved in a massive drug ring. Back then, Marjorie was suspected of being involved in her partner's drug businesses, but the lack of evidence saved her from going behind bars. Marjorie's first husband, Jim Townsend, served 30 years in jail before finally being released back in 2017, after which he made it his life purpose to expose Marjorie for leaving him bruised and broken in a jail cell. However, it wasn't until Freeman made a Facebook post hinting at this life sentence that people started to notice a connection between Marjorie's past and present lives. Freeman wrote, "I want lovers to realize that when you're in love and living a criminal lifestyle, you can't tell your loved one every single thing because at some point you're going to break up and women will tell everything when they're mad to get back at you. Now we don't know about you, but this sounds a little too similar to Marjorie's past that earned her the street name of Lady Heroine back in the 90s. When it comes to having a troubled past, Steve Harvey isn't a saint either. After allegedly cheating on his first wife with Mary and later cheating on the second one with a bunch of other women, out of which Marjorie's name stood out at the top of the list, Steve and Marjorie hit things off in Memphis back in 1990, but after dating for a while despite being in committed relationships, they called things off before finally landing on each other again in 2005. Can you guess who was reuniting the couple together after all those years? The very bodyguard who happened to be the center of this ruckus, William Freeman. The fact that Freeman magically happened to have Marjorie's contact information before never meeting before is enough to raise a ton of eyebrows. After the cheating scandal and blackmailing rumors started gaining public attention, conspiracy theorists predicted that Marjorie and Freeman might have been planning this affair all along. The suspicion was solidified when Marjorie allegedly asked Steve for half of his net worth in the couple's divorce agreement. So, the real question is, how are Steve and Marjorie reacting to this huge storm of rumors being directed their way? Steve has remained steadfast in supporting his wife and has refused to believe the accusations being hurled at her. As for Marjorie, she made an Instagram post featuring a link to an online guide narrating a sequence of protocols one can take after they found out they're being lied about. The two seem to be in denial of the ongoing events, which might just buy Freeman enough time to play a groundbreaking move. That's all for today. Make sure you guys catch us in the next one. Until then, take care and goodbye.